Proverbs 10:1 through 11:31. Devotional focus verse. He is in the way of life that keepeth instruction, but he that refuseth reproof erreth. Proverbs 10:17. Our 2-year-old daughter can be charming, sweet, and intelligent. And that's not only a parent's assessment. Others comment from time to time that she seems like the perfect child. However, what most people are not aware of is that at home, our daughter can become a different girl altogether. While shy and quiet at church and around people she does not know well, at home she is often loud, rambunctious, and sometimes demanding. Like any toddler, she needs to be corrected quite often. In fact, her timeout chair might be the most used chair in our house. Nevertheless, when my husband or I correct her, she is very contrite. She may have just yelled no and run the other direction in defiance, but after a few minutes in timeout and a quiet discussion about what she did wrong, she sincerely apologizes and gives us a kiss. She is easily entreated after correction, and that eases the sometimes painful job of disciplining her. As God's children, on occasion our Father finds it necessary to correct or chastise us. When the Lord deals with us, are we as easily entreated and as accepting of His admonishment as a young child? Do we sincerely regret our mistakes and humbly ask forgiveness? Do we offer our love and devotion after we have been chastised? In today's focus verse, Solomon said, "He is in the way of life that keepeth instruction, but he that refuseth reproof erreth." If we accept correction and apply it to our lives, God will ultimately bring us to eternal life. When Jesus was on earth, He indicated this by saying that His followers must become as little children if they were to inherit the kingdom of heaven. Perhaps in part, He was referencing the way a child responds to discipline. As adults, it is not easy to admit we are wrong or to realize we need to improve in a particular area. However, the Lord can help us respond in the right way. If we continue to heed His correction, we will mature spiritually and ultimately gain eternal life in heaven. Background information. Chapter 10 begins a new section of Proverbs. In contrast to the first 9 chapters of the book, which contain exhortations of various lengths with the theme of seeking wisdom and avoiding folly, most of Proverbs 10:1 through 22:16 consists of verses that stand alone. Each verse is a terse saying imparting common sense and spiritual wisdom for everyday matters. These maxims were composed by Solomon and are thought to be the portion of the book that was written first. In chapters 10 through 15, most of the Proverbs show a contrast between people who are righteous and those who are wicked. The rich metaphors throughout both chapters reinforce the truth of these observations. Several of the metaphors are humorous, such as Proverbs 10:26 and 11:22. In Solomon's day, ladies often wore large nose rings, which were considered beautiful ornamentation. Not all verses use metaphors, however. In verse 4 of chapter 11, the day of wrath refers to the judgment of God which comes to the unrighteous after death. Most of the verses in this passage are 2-part antithetical observations, with the 2 sections connected by the conjunction but. The major distinction of a Hebrew proverb is that it consists of 2 segments rather than only one. Hebrew poetry was not based on rhyme or rhythm, but on the relationship of the 2 segments, called parallelism. Below are examples of the various types of parallelism found in these chapters. Synonymous. The second portion repeats the thought of the first with different words. For example, the liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered also himself. See Proverbs 11:25. Antithetical. The second portion states the same principle of the first, only from the opposite perspective. For example, a false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. See Proverbs 11:1. Synthetic. The second phrase augments and expands the meaning of the first. For example, he that hideth hatred with lying lips, and he that uttereth a slander is a fool. See Proverbs 10:18. Comparative. The second phrase draws a comparison between some basic ethical or theological truth and some illustration, often nature. For example, as the whirlwind passeth, so is the wicked no more, but the righteous is an everlasting foundation. See Proverbs 10:25. Conclusion. If we allow ourselves to be humbly corrected and guided by God, we will find ourselves walking the path of righteousness and enjoying the benefits that come with it.
Chapter 10. The Proverbs of Solomon. A wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish son is the heaviness of his mother. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death. The Lord will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famish, but he casteth away the substance of the wicked. He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. He that gathereth in summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causeth shame. Blessings are upon the head of the just, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. The memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot. The wise in heart will receive commandments, but a prating fool shall fall. He that walketh uprightly walketh surely, but he that perverteth his way shall be known. He that winketh with the eye causeth sorrow, but a prating fool shall fall. The mouth of a righteous man is a well of life, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. Hatred stirreth up strifes, but love covereth all sins. In the lips of him that hath understanding wisdom is found, but a rod is for the back of him that is void of understanding. Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, the destruction of the poor is their poverty. The labor of the righteous tendeth to life, the fruit of the wicked to sin. He is in the way of life that keepeth instruction, but he that refuseth reproof erreth. He that hideth hatred with lying lips, and he that uttereth a slander, is a fool. In the multitude of words there wanteth not sin, but he that refraineth his lips is wise. The tongue of the just is as choice silver, the heart of the wicked is little worth. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for want of wisdom. The blessing of the Lord it maketh rich, and he addeth no sorrow with it. It is as sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of understanding hath wisdom. The fear of the wicked it shall come upon him, but the desire of the righteous shall be granted. As the whirlwind passeth, so is the wicked no more, but the righteous is an everlasting foundation. As vinegar to the teeth, and as smoke to the eyes, so is the sluggard to them that send him. The fear of the Lord prolongeth days, but the years of the wicked shall be shortened. The hope of the righteous shall be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked shall perish. The way of the Lord is strength to the upright, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. The righteous shall never be removed, but the wicked shall not inhabit the earth. The mouth of the just bringeth forth wisdom, but the froward tongue shall be cut out. The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked speaketh frowardness. Chapter 11. A false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. When pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. The righteousness of the upright shall deliver them, but transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness. When a wicked man dieth, his expectation shall perish, and the hope of unjust men perisheth. The righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked cometh in his stead. An hypocrite with his mouth destroyeth his neighbor, but through knowledge shall the just be delivered. When it goeth well with the righteous, the city rejoiceth, and when the wicked perish, there is shouting. By the blessing of the upright the city is exalted, but it is overthrown by the mouth of the wicked. He that is void of wisdom despiseth his neighbor, but a man of understanding holdeth his peace. A talebearer revealeth secrets, but he that is of a faithful spirit concealeth the matter. Where no counsel is, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety. He that is surety for a stranger shall smart for it, and he that hateth suretyship is sure. A gracious woman retaineth honor, and strong men retain riches. The merciful man doeth good to his own soul, but he that is cruel troubleth his own flesh. The wicked worketh a deceitful work, but to him that soweth righteousness shall be a sure reward. As righteousness tendeth to life, so he that pursueth evil pursueth it to his own death. They that are of a froward heart are abomination to the Lord, but such as are upright in their way are his delight. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion. The desire of the righteous is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. There is that scattereth, and yet increaseth, and there is that withholdeth more than is meet, but it tendeth to poverty. The liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered also himself. He that withholdeth corn, the people shall curse him, but blessing shall be upon the head of him that selleth it. He that diligently seeketh good procureth favor, but he that seeketh mischief, it shall come unto him. He that trusteth in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch. He that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind, and the fool shall be servant to the wise of heart. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he that winneth souls is wise. Behold, the righteous shall be recompensed in the earth, much more the wicked and the sinner.